This video will pick up right where my last one left off at number 4 on the worksheet. So when all n teams in a league play every other team twice, the total of capital N games are played, where capital N equals n squared minus n. A basketball league has 12 teams and all teams play each other twice. How many games are played? Okay, so let's go through the problem again and pull out the important information. So right at the beginning, when all n teams in a league, so lowercase n is the variable that stands for number of teams. Number of teams. The league play every other team twice, a total of capital N games. Now these are both the letter N, but they're completely separate variables. They might as well be X and Y. Lowercase n and uppercase N, two separate symbols. So uppercase N equals number of games. And we're given the equation. So in most word problems, at least this semester, you're going to have to create the equation yourself. But in this case, we're given the equation. This is important. Capital N equals n squared minus n. Okay, so n equals n squared minus n. All right, a basketball league has 12 teams. All right, so we're given this. We're given the specific value. The number of teams equals 12. So lowercase n, that's given in the problem. And the last sentence, how many games are played? Well, number of games, that's the unknown. So that's what we're looking for. And we have an equation for this. So we could simply, we're given that lowercase n equals 12. So this 12, we can plug that in or substitute that in for each of those lowercase n's. Okay, so capital N equals 12 squared minus 12, or 100 and, I forgot the 1, 12 squared minus 12, 144 minus 12, or a total of 132 games played. And that should do it for this problem. So in this problem, we were given an equation. We simply had to evaluate the equation for the given value. We were given lowercase n equals 12. Plug in 12 into the given equation. All right, number 5. The equation y equals 0.001x plus 0.10 can be used to determine the approximate profit, y, in dollars of producing x items. How many items must be produced so that the profit will be at least $3,981? Okay, just like in the last equation, we are given, or the last problem, we're given the equation, and we're also told what the variables stand for. So profit is y, and number of items is x. Okay, so we know x equal, and you don't have to rewrite this, it's given in the problem, but I'm just doing it for clarity. X is the number of items, and y is equal to the profit, and that's profit in dollars. Okay, so x is number of items, y is profit. We're given the equation we're going to use for this problem. Y equals 0.001x plus 0.10. How many items? So how many items? That's the question. We don't know how many items there are. That's the unknown. Must be produced so that the profit will be at least $3,981. So the profit, y, we're given 3,981. Okay, so we have this equation with two variables. One of them we're given, so this 3,981 we can plug that in for the y, which means we have to solve for x. So if y is 3,981, the rest of the equation stays the same. One more 0, 0, 0, 1x plus 0.10. Okay, now at this point, solve for x. X is what we're looking for. Remember the original problem, x is the unknown. So solve for x. Isolate the x, get x by itself. Okay, so we could start off by, we have a plus 0.10, so let's subtract 0.10 from both sides of the equation. Okay, so on the right-hand side, the positive and negative 0.10 will cancel, and we're left with 0.001x. And on the right, 3,981 minus 0.10 should give you 3,980.9. Okay, now one more thing to do. To get x by itself, we have to eliminate this times 0.001. So the opposite of times is divide. So we'll divide both sides by 0.001. Okay, and on the right, the times and the divide, they cancel, and we're left with x on the right-hand side. And on the left, if we take 3,980.9 divided by 0.001, you could pull out a calculator for this, you will get 3,980,900. And that is number of items. Okay, so that should do it for number 5. All right, one more to go, number 6. Similar problem. In numbers 4, 5, and 6, we're given an equation. We don't have to create the equation on our own. So if the formula P equals 0.5643y minus 1092.57. So this given equation, this given formula, can be used to predict the average price of a theater ticket after 1945. For what years will the average theater ticket price be at least $50? Okay, so we have two variables, P equals price, Y equals the year, the actual year. So if the year was 1997, Y would equal 1997. All right, so we have P equals 0.5643 times Y minus 1092.57. And in the problem, we want to know, when is the ticket price be at least $50? So we're given the price. And the question is, for what years? So the year, that's the unknown here. It's always important to start off the process of solving a word problem like this by deciding what information you know, what information is unknown. Okay, so we're given that P is equal to 50. So let's replace the P in this equation by 50. So 50 equals 0.5643 times Y minus 1092.57. Okay, and again, the question is for what year, so Y is unknown. We have to solve for Y. We have to isolate the Y. So we have a minus here. We have subtraction. So to get rid of a minus 1092.57, we could add 1092.57. And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. Okay, so on the right-hand side, the minus and plus, they cancel. So we're left with our 0.5643y. And on the left-hand side, we have 50 plus 1,092.57. So that's 1,142.57. All right. One thing to do here, one thing left. To get y by itself, we need to get rid of this multiplication, this times 0.5643. So the number doesn't matter. What matters is the mathematical operation. This is multiplication. We could reverse that with the opposite, which is division. So we'll divide by 0.5643. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. Okay, so on the right-hand side, the times and the divide, they cancel. So we're left with just y by itself. And I'm going to pull up the Desmos calculator to do the calculation on the left. All right, so we have, let me answer it in over here on the calculator, 1142.57, and that's divided by 0.5643. Okay, so now you see a decimal here. We had 2024, so the year 2024, 0.756335528, so on and so on. So we'll round this up because we want to know for what years. So it looks like 2024, and then like around 75% or 3/4 into the year. So we have it's past the beginning of the year. We'll round up to the next year. So let's say that rounds up to 2025. All right, so back to our equation. 2025, the year. Or since the price is going up every year, and the problem says not for what year specific, but for what years. So right here, for what years, plural. So the year 2025 or after. So any year, 2025 or later, the price will be at least $50. All right, that does it for number 6.